My name is Luke, and I'm a rising senior at Mission San Jose High School. So my project was image recognition using Raspberry Pi. And for my first milestone, I wanted to train the model to accurately predict whether or not the picture I fed it was a dog or a cat. So throughout my first milestone, I had several issues, such as finding an actual model to train, understanding the model's code and syntax, um, saving time while training the images, and saving and loading the model. So to find an actual model that I could use and train, it took a lot of research because a lot of the models were not compatible with my project, so I had to find one that fit and was easy to follow. So for the code, the syntax was really hard to understand since I've never been exposed to AI and machine learning before. So I had to read up on TensorFlow documentation to get a better understanding of what was happening in the code. And my TA also helped me and guided me throughout each code block and helped me get a better understanding. So to save time with the training process, I used a GPU. It was like a built-in GPU in Google Colab, and that lowered the time for each training set from about 5 minutes to 1 minute 30 seconds. So that was a great time saver. Saving and loading the model was another issue I had. So in order to prevent myself from constantly retraining the model and then wasting about 10 minutes per retraining phase, I had to save the model so then I could constantly use it without having to like pass in a bunch of images and then constantly retrain. So saving it was actually kind of hard to do because uh, I had to put in the correct directory and load it from that same directory, and that took a lot of research to find out the syntax to do that. So for my next steps, uh, since I completed milestone 1, I want to complete my multi-classification. So right now I can only classify between dogs and cats, so I want to be able to classify it between like food or other animals in the future. And then another step I want to complete is to load it onto Raspberry Pi, load my code onto Raspberry Pi. So right now I'm doing everything on Google Colab, and it's really simple because TensorFlow is already an imported library. So to convert it to Raspberry Pi, I need to install the library, install the TensorFlow library, and then get the camera working so I don't have to physically feed it any photos.